Good morning. This is John from the Springs Mennonite Church, and I'm here today to talk again on the topic of who is God from the Psalms. Today, I'd like to read two verses from Psalm 130. Here's what it says. O Israel, hope in the Lord, for with the Lord there is unfailing love, his redemption overflows. He himself will redeem Israel from every kind of sin. It starts here by saying that God has unfailing love. Now, what is unfailing love? Well, I'm not going to say it's love that doesn't fail, because that didn't tell you much. Unfailing is love that has no boundaries, no limits. You can't insult God or walk away from him so far that he won't share his love if you turn around. You can't do even the most horrible things that we can think of as human beings and still fall outside of the ability of God to love you. Now, don't misunderstand. This isn't one of these things where you can do whatever you want, it doesn't matter. Nah, that's not what he's talking about here. But it's talking about that whatever you did or do, you're still within the boundary that God has set for his love. And it says here that his redemption overflows. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't think my redemption overflows. I try to be forgiving. And generally speaking, I'm pretty good at it. I try to be someone who doesn't hold grudges. And I don't think I do, but I have to acknowledge that I haven't investigated every situation I've ever been in. Sometimes there are people who do. They hold grudges. They are unforgiving. They are not going to give you a second chance if their life depended on it. And the truth of the matter is, their life does depend on it, both in this world and in the next. When we aren't forgiving, how can we ask God to forgive us? There are a number of parables that Jesus talked about that simply say, if you're not willing to forgive, God isn't going to forgive. And he sets no qualifications to that. In other words, it doesn't matter what happened. You and I are still called to forgive. Now, go back to this passage. It's saying here that the nature of God is to forgive. And we all need forgiveness because none of us are perfect. None of us get it right all the time. Now, I know some of you listening to me, you haven't gotten it right for a long, long time. And you're not even trying. I hope that's not very many. I hope it's none, but I don't know. But it's pretty sad. Let's put it this way. Let's suppose you're hungry and you go to a banquet where the table is full. And you can eat as much of anything you want. And you settle for a piece of bread. And that's it. Why would you do that? I mean, the bread might be delicious. But why would you stop short of partaking the full banquet that's been laid out in front of you? Why wouldn't you want to eat the good stuff that's sitting right in front of you? Well, I can't answer that question, but I know some people just don't want to be happy and fulfilled. They want to be miserable. They like it. Somehow, some way, they get a sense of fulfillment out of being angry and being vengeful. Now, for those people, I don't really know what to say. But I can say for those who beat themselves up because they think they don't deserve it, that I can talk to. We all don't deserve it. But God shares His grace, His love, and His forgiveness anyway. It says here that His redemption overflows. I can't fathom that. One day, I guess, when I get to heaven, I might think to ask. But if you look at the life of Jesus, that's what He exhibited. That's what He demonstrated. And even here, just in the Psalms, it tells us how God wants to touch our lives and change it for the better. A lot of people ask me about God. I guess because I'm a preacher, they think I know all the answers. I know some of the answers. Maybe I know more than some others, but I certainly don't know them all. But I do know this. Wherever you are in life, whatever's happening to you right now, God's hope and forgiveness and love is right there for you. Don't have to worry about anybody else. God directs it straight to you. And I'm just so amazed that He would do that. Well, thanks for listening. If you have a prayer concern or a need that we might be able to help you with, let us know. We'll do everything we can as fast as we can to help meet your need. Well, I got one more session in this topic of who God is from the Psalms. I'll be back tomorrow and share it. I hope you'll be here to listen. God bless you. I'll talk to you again.